It has taken me forever to get to this point with this car. I just hadn't wanted to do it. I just don't wanna. And I've got the rondelle thing off. I'm gonna try to fix it up. It kind of went ugly on me. And speaking of going ugly, all right, seems to be a run of Chevrolets lately. So enough of these French cars. Let's move on to something else. So slowly building. I got a couple of more orders coming in. So all right, let's plug that thing in. God almighty, I bet it's been 8 months. But see, the problem was I had HughesNet and I couldn't get the download really to work well. So now that I have Spectrum, it's a whole lot faster. Of course, what could be slower than HughesNet, right? So you know, maybe a snail on the back of a tortoise or something. That's the best way to describe them. And they kind of rob you. So I got the cable here, and I don't know which switch it is yet. I don't know. I knew one time. I don't know anymore. So let's get the extension cord over and the charger. And probably ought not put that Hewlett-Packard up there on top of my roof in case the battery explodes like they tend to do. Let me try to get a workstation. Hello, workstation. Alright, now that cable ain't very long. And I got an air filter to put in this thing too. So this is just going to be kind of that kind of day. Just doing things like that. Now let's charge that thing up. Let's see, charging cable is hell. I was not even going to talk about this because I was so dejected and depressed about it. So, like this. Instead of $50, I'm going to repaint. Oops. I'm going to repaint my own. Put some clear coat on it. It's going to look fine too. It looks fine already. So, it just all peeled off. So, anything's going to look better than that. And so, let's talk about this. It was closed. It was in the closed position. It was not working at all. There's the famous red light down there flashing. You can see it. And so I got the, where is it? Let's show you what it is. And so it hasn't worked in a while. It started going halfway down and then would stop. And I know it all looks good now, but it ain't been that way. So this is what you need. You can get that tool out of the trunk. Don't do that. This is far better. This is a better tool for this. So you have to use this up here, up in that hole, to dislatch these. You have to prise off the little cover back there and go counterclockwise to make the window go down. Put these windows all the way down. Okay, I think somebody said that was 4.5, but mine seems to be 4. Could be there are others out there. And it took me a day to get the top this far. So I just can't tell you what I did. I had to make props and stuff, but you're afraid you're going to crack the windshield or something, but then you realize this is a roll bar, and if you're just careful. So you got to get these wings up to get this deck up after you pull those cables in here. I'll go into it more if I can fix this thing, but I don't know if I can. So I got the fancy software. I got the idiotic Windows 10 on Hewlett-Packard thing, and I got the cable, and I saw I was out of norms. So one of these two Hall effect sensors is not right. I don't know if it's this one. See where it is? Is it this one, or is it this one right here? See the arm? And I don't know. I don't know which one it is. And but in theory, if I get it right, the red light should go out. But I don't know if that's true. So you got to carefully pull this out. And if you bust this, you just got to get another one. So I'm going to hook it up to the computer Hook that back on. I'll hook this up to the computer, and I'm going to see if I can make it change on here. If I can get one to change and not the other, then you know it's the sensor. So that's what I guess anyway. This has been a long, miserable, horrible journey. At one point, I thought I would just strip all the hydraulics and everything out of here, put some black tape over that, and just make this a manual top. And I ain't quite sure that ain't going to be what happens. If you put that block of wood in there holding us up, it's just going to fall down on you. And I'm afraid of these wings going down. But the moral of the story is, unless you can get the leading edge of the top up to a certain point, these wings don't go up. If these wings don't go up, this don't go up. If this don't go up, you ain't getting to those two sensors. So anyway, I'm probably going to pull that cover off too, if I can ever get it to go down, and see if those Hall effect sensors have come out of line. That seems to be a thing too. That screw device inside of there seems to be a problem. Now the other thing is, it is told to people, see that triangular black hole there? See, that's the boot. And there's where your cable is, right here, that you can pull on to dislatch these things. So if you put this top down manually, you just want a convertible all the time, which may be what happens, then you better make sure those are latched back, or this deck's going to fly up on you. And so you got to make sure, man, this is a complicated, extreme pain event. Look at that little something in there. Oh, now it's down there. Okay, well, at least I moved it. Face purple anymore? No. It's blue. Okay, let's see what I can do here and hook this thing up. What a nightmare. Okay, so my understanding is this is supposed to come up, and I'll show you how to do this if you want to know. It took me a while. And so you go to F4, and then you go into body, and then you go into convertible soft top module, and then you pray, and then you get that message. I've heard. Okay, so I guess you got to have the key on. For God's sakes, don't start it. Just turn it on. It says running. Okay. So in order to do that, put your key in and you just touch that. Okay. I'm hoping to get other diagnostics from this one of these days. I thought it was F2. Oh, please stop with their stupid stuff. I just kept futzing around and got it. And so we can see that something's very wrong here. I may just have to go up there and order a couple of these things. So we got 2 and 6. Why that is, I don't know. I understood it's supposed to be different. It was this one yesterday that was in the wrong place. So let's just see which one it is. So we're going to go to this upper one. There it is. The upper one is the lower one. Because I'm pulling it off and moving it downward. Now there's that cat you've probably already seen, and he tells you how to do this. Let's just do this bottom one down here just to make sure that one's working. Yeah, that one's working. So it's this upper one. So what we've got to do is make this arm just like he said. I'm not new to it. I'm a novice at this. So we've got to make it so when we mount this thing in, we make this arm come down some. Now that the lower one, which is the upper one on screen, it doesn't seem to tell you much. Just a barely movement of it, and it goes to its limitations. So this upper one is extremely sensitive, it feels like then. So let's just see what we can do here. So 2, 3, I think I could take that because the motion of them seems to be not very linear, if you know what I mean. So that's, I guess that's giving me that 100% there. That's where it ought to be. So, it's completely off the pin now. So on the pin, I'm getting a 6. And off the pin, I'm getting a 3. So I think that's a little bodacious. So the trick is, I'm going to turn everything off, and then I'm going to take this sensor out, and I'm going to do like he did to make this sensor roll. There's a screw here and there and all that stuff. And there's an adjustment here. I don't know what that does. Yeah, I marked it though. So I don't know. I think if you mess with this, you're probably good enough. All right, so let's take that off and do the wallering out of the screws. I guess I'll show you that. Let's turn all this off now. Where is it? We're gonna need more light here. So I've discovered something that you'll have to do easy if you want it. Okay, let's see if I can get some more light in this. So there were 2 pull ties holding these cables to those little forked things right there. If you take those out, you've got somewhat of a chance at getting a tool. I'm not keen on leaving anything in here. So if you get that on there and you put some pliers on this end, you can get this one out. The other 2 aren't too terrible, but you can see, okay, I need both hands because I got to hold these things. But that's the way I was able to do that. Oh gosh. I know I keep saying that, but this is craziness. So there are 3 of these screws that hold that sensor in there. I got that one out. I got that one out, but you can actually get to this back one from inside the car. Okay, let's put this down here, over here. Okay, so you can actually get to this from inside the car pretty easily. And so that back one ain't so terrible. That's probably the least terrible one of them all. Might as well just stay for the show, huh? And you can kind of see what a man goes through. The things we do for love. We're gonna go, now one of these I know isn't available, and one of them is. But you can get used ones on eBay if you want to risk that. And but if you don't have a choice, I mean, what else can you do? You know, it ain't hard to cross the desert if that's all you got to do. Okay, so there's that. Those 3 screws are out. Now remember that one of them's a fine thread. That's that one that's you got to take the cables off to get to. And this plug comes off with these. Do not pull on the wires. It's just a little clip right there. If you hadn't done that before, you're in a deep world as it is. So, okay. Let's. Oh, there's another one down there. Oh, there's another one down there, I think. Have your little magnet ready because you don't want to go down into there to find stuff. That bottom one, the very, very bottom right there I'm showing you, you can get to that one from inside the car too. It's not too terrible. And then you can, the whole bracket comes out of there. And then there's your reward for living clean. And so let's take a look here. Ha ha ha. So it's an 8268997 made on the 20th day of September in '05. Sorry about my voice. Hay fever time. So that's been around a while. So the trick would be to move it downwards. So let's go see if I can just get a new one of these, and then I can somewhat compare them, like on the car. See what the problem is. Let's just go type this in, see what I can do. So my guess is you don't have to take these two out right here and right here, but they're not properly aligned, and the way they're misaligned will help you align this better. And there's a fair amount of surgery's got to go on to get this thing to where it will cock and rotate. It doesn't just do it by wallering out here like you've seen and heard. Maybe it does for him, I don't know, or others, but it takes quite a bit of surgery to get this thing where you can manipulate it to where you want it. So let's put it in there loosely and crank that son of a gun up again and see if we can get this going. All right, well, the market seems to be flooded with the things for about 50 bones used, and I've already got them. Okay. See, it don't look bad. There was nothing on that but plain metal. And I worked on it kind of hard. I had blue paint, white paint, and black paint, and I had a knife. So there you go. We'll put it over there soon. Got clear lacquer on it. Looks as good as it ever did. So I probably got $1 into that in about an hour, and $50 staying in my pocket. And it's going to look fine. So I don't know how. I'm ashamed to admit this. But I actually took the arm and back cut it and filled the side with Bondo, and then I'll cut it. I don't know what else to do. I have tried everything to get this thing to adjust out, and it will not do it. So this is the beginning of I put a screw base in here and taped it, and so I'm basically moving the slot up. So this will go down more and hopefully give me a 5 on that thing anyway, and hopefully we can get that red light to go out. I don't know what else to do, because if I get another one of these, it's probably going to be just the same way. So anyway, we'll see tomorrow. It's worth the shot. Penny's worth the Bondo. Little Bondo fix it right up, Mark Taylor used to say. My. You got to get mad sometimes, and I guess I got a little mad at this one. Well, I finally got hold of one of these. It is an ECX tool. It's a number 2, and that's okay. I got number 1s coming. I say they're on back order. Well, the moral of today's story is if you're going to do all this stuff on this car, you better come up here. And if you don't know how to charge your battery on a lot of these cars, don't charge back at the battery, because you can mess up circuitry back there. You can pop little things that you don't want to pop, and it ends up making your seatbelt stuff go off, believe it or not. I'm not kidding you. So I got an AGM, and so I've been running her down. So yeah, she's warm. So she was down to 1.9 volts. So let her charge up some, okay? Don't go. Okay, do you see where I went with this? I wallered out the upper part, put some Bondo in the bottom part. I used that screw that you saw. You might not have seen it, but I used a piece of a screw to fill that in, and then I shaped it to fit. You don't know why I'm starting now. I gotta go in, but it's all right. Get something done. See, now it'll slide on that. Don't slide this way. Okay, and I was a little too far away yesterday from the computer to kind of really show you what was going on, but I'll do that. I'll try to remember to do that later. The 2 bars on the left were the actual data. Well, they're both actual data, but from these 2 sensors. And the ones on the right give you the percentage of accuracy, I suppose, considering where the top is in its travel. That would be my only guess. So you're trying to go for 100% there, and I remember I think it was like 123. So hopefully this little bit of work right here will get me closer to 100. All right, be back later. I don't know if this is the shortest way, but this is the way. I've got the cart on, not running. I've got my cable in. I'm running 5.0.6, and I want to get to my convertible top. So I wrote it down the other day. So you go to, this is such a weird system. You sometimes, okay, so you got F4, and then you go to body, and then you go to convertible soft top, and then you get this message and you hit OK, and then you go to F5, status, and then you go to F2, Winkel, and then there you go. Now I have all this reinstalled, and there's my little Bondo bit there, and everything is, you know, as good as I can get it. And it says that this is the top one, that I'm at 5 instead it was 6. It was 123, now it's 116. And the bottom one is saying 2 and 74. So I don't know. So what we're going to do now is we're going to drop this sucker all the way down. We're going to put it down. And we're going to re-engage those latches right there with a screwdriver, and we're going to try to get this in. So I have got to come up with a way to tie something to something to get this to, it looks like that'll be the way right here, and then we'll got to take that piece of wood out over there to get the top down. So wish me luck here. All right, so let's turn all this off, and I'll tell you the truth, I'm sort of just tired of the whole thing. So we're going to disconnect all of this. We're going to take the key out of her. Take key out. Just put it there. We're going to disconnect the KD can, whatever that is. I still don't know which one that is, but it looks like it's working. And we're going to put this over here and close it. Now, I've been charging the battery for a while, and I'm going to close this door and get some bungee cords or something. All right, I got this held up with a bungee cord. I've got the box closed, got to have the box closed, and I'm pretty much getting ready to take her on down here, and let's see how this goes. Now, I'm not going to be surprised if I hear some crunchy noises here. Wow, okay. Ooh, hair-raising tails. Now, take your bungee cord off. Get this to go down. Okay. Well, the top hasn't been down in a long time. So, okay. All right. I think that's pretty good. You got to get this down as far as possible because you could crack your paint right here if your boot lid meets your parcel tray. I guess I'm using the right terminology there. This hits that. Okay, so let's close the door and get the key. And I'm a key in the, and take that thing out right there. And I don't know how many of you have ever done this before, but you got to do it. You go under the rondelle here, and there is a way to get that in like that. And you just listen carefully. Make sure you're not screwing anything up. Now you'll see the cables are out there. We always put this right back. So just push them cables back in. And I'm just going to keep you with me here. Uh-oh, I locked it. That's not good. Because if the alarm goes off, your eardrums end up in the next county. So, so what you got there is you got to push that thing right there back. I don't think I can make it so, well, maybe I can. So you can see that occurring. I'd like to. Uh-oh. Oh. All right, so however that got there. So what you need is a big screwdriver. I'm going to be test driving the Spitfire a little later today, just see if I got that power stabilized on that speedometer. So what you got to do is you reach right here and you push on here. I don't know here. I have to do it. Just get that thing back in there. That's all you got to do. Because if you don't, this is going to fly up when you're driving along, and then that's just going to destroy the whole back of your car. I don't know if I can point maybe with the flashlight. You see that little nut I'm shining on this thing? That's got to be pushed all the way back up in there. And this is what I'll show you the other side too. This is what the cable pulls on. Okay, so by contrast, you can see that nut is all the way down. So it's got to be pushed all the way back up. And then we are going to check I think I'm going to keep using it. Then we're going to close the boot and all that other good stuff and see what happens. Who knows what happens. Right in the middle of all this mess, I heard this gigantic bang. See those guys out there? Well, what they got their little Toyota truck, and that big water tank or whatever it is flew off the back and went crumbling and tumbling down the road. I guess a piece of it went way up in the field there. But sheesh, just at the moment, the height of my anxiety, kablam, kabloom, kabloom. Got big 100-gallon water tanks. Looks like more than that, maybe 500 gallon. Go tumbling down the road right in the front yard. Right at the very apex of the moment. Okay, so I've got both the latches done. I got the boot down. I've still got the red light going up there, but I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do here and just call this done. Mainly because it just goes to show you that you can get your top down. It ain't easy. BMW did not provide for that. So you can get your top down to get to those two Hall effect sensors. I may just go up and get one on eBay. And then getting it up is a little easier than getting it down because it is somewhat designed to do that. Let's put that grill in there too. But we're going to call that an end. Oh no, I got one more thing to do. I forgot. Let's see, where's that thing? Now this is the tool that comes in the boot. Good luck on that, especially getting this rear window down. It ain't easy. It don't come easy. So I do have one more little thing to do. You know what? Screw it. Click. Okay, pretend it's on there. So let's do one more little thing, and then we'll call it a day. So I got the 8008 or 8001, what are they? 8001, and I think 8008 is the yellow stuff. So here we go. Okay, so here is the old Yeller going right there. So I think this stuff might have been frozen a couple of times. Don't overdo here. And don't drive it for a while. I ain't too scared of it being this. So here we go. I see $50. Looks like I'm going to spend $50. Okay, so there you go. Is it sticking? Yeah. I think it's sticking. Okay, I'll check it in a minute, but there you go. The crowning achievement. So, looks great to me. Looks better than the back one. All right, top down. I can't believe it. So, thanks for watching. Be sure and give me a thumbs up. And I hope you can piece something from all of this, from all the other people that have done this. I don't think there's too many other people that done the E64s, 650i's, 2004. 4.8 liter, I think. So anyway, be sure and subscribe, share, tell your friends, and let's do something fun, okay? Because this was no fun at all. I mean, it just wasn't any fun whatsoever. So I only did it for you. So you owe me a subscription.